All right, so today we're diving into something a lot of you out there probably thinking about or maybe even stressing about data scientist interviews.
Yeah, exactly.
Specifically, we're looking at these 21 behavioral interview questions that you sent us.
Yeah, it's a fascinating list.
It is.
And these questions, they really go beyond just the technical skills, you know?
Right.
They're really trying to get a sense of you as a person and as a professional.
They want to see how you think,
Yeah, how you approach problems.
how you handle those curveballs.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's pick out a few of these that really stood out to me.
Sounds good.
Number 3 on the list here.
Okay.
Tell me about a time you had to make a tough decision with limited data.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I mean, that's the story of a data scientist's life, right?
Like that's every day.
Yeah.
I think what they're really getting at there is your ability to kind of work with ambiguity.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
can you make a decision when you don't have all the information?
And justify.
Right, exactly. Can you weigh the potential outcomes? Can you communicate your reasoning?
Okay, so another one that caught my eye. Describe a situation where you had to persuade someone who disagreed with your analysis.
Oh, yeah, that's a classic.
So this one's all about communication, right?
Totally. Because data science isn't just about crunching numbers. It's about communicating those insights to other people.
And sometimes those people don't want to hear it.
Right, exactly.
Hmm.
And, you might be dealing with stakeholders who have different priorities or different understandings of the data.
So how do you bridge that gap?
Right. How do you explain complex concepts in a way that's clear and persuasive? And how do you handle those disagreements professionally?
Okay, now for the one we all dread,
Uh-oh.
tell me about a time you failed.
Everyone hates this question.
But is it really about failure?
Not at all. It's about growth. It's about learning from your mistakes.
Yeah.
It's about showing that you're not afraid to take risks and that you can bounce back from setbacks.
So like, what would a good answer sound like to you?
Well, a strong answer would focus on the lessons learned.
Yeah.
So you might say something like, in one project, my initial model wasn't as accurate as I'd hoped.
Yeah, okay.
I realized I'd overlooked a key variable, so I went back, reevaluated my assumptions, and ultimately improved the model significantly. That experience taught me the importance of ...
You fill in the blank.
Exactly. Fill in the blank with whatever you learned from that experience.
So it's about turning that negative into a positive.
Right, and showing that you're constantly learning and evolving as a data scientist.
I like that.
Yeah.
So it seems like a lot of these questions are really just mini case studies. They're asking you to draw from your own experiences.
Exactly. And the best way to prepare for these questions is to reflect on your past projects. Think about those challenging situations, the times when you had to make tough decisions or deal with difficult stakeholders.
Right, and maybe even jot down a few bullet points so you can recall those examples easily during the interview.
That's a great tip.
Because when you're in that hot seat, you're going to want to be able to access those stories quickly.
Yeah, the pressure's on. You don't want to be fumbling for words.
And it's not just about getting the job right.
No, absolutely not.
It's also about figuring out if this is the right team for you.
Exactly.
Do their values align with yours?
Do their challenges excite you?
So think about what makes you unique. What are your strengths? What experiences have shaped your approach to data science? Let that passion shine through.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you want to leave them thinking, wow, this person would be a fantastic addition to our team.
Absolutely. All right, that's all the time we have for today's deep dive.
Thanks for having me.
But before we go, I want to leave you with one final thought as you're preparing for those data science interviews. Think about what questions you would ask them. What do you want to know about the company, about the team, about the work itself?
That's a great point, because remember, an interview is a two-way street.
Exactly. It's your chance to assess them just as much as they're assessing you.
So go in there prepared, confident, and ready to impress.
Great advice. Good luck out there.
Best of luck.